Well, in today's tactic, we've got a lot of people at the midfield and below. Let's see how it works with our teams. This one is simply put called the 3-5-2, and as you can see, you got 3 in the backfield, 5 in the midfield, and then 2 up front. The person who uploaded this or created the tactic, I don't know which is which generally, but did get champion with Getafe, so very well done. We're going to take a look at the tactic today with our 3 teams in a holiday sim with Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So let's just dive in and see how it worked. Well, I am kind of shocked to see this. Liverpool in first, Aston Villa in second, 88 to 85 points. They've got some good goals, not amazing goals, but they've got some good goals. It definitely worked. And the reason I'm kind of surprised to see it work is so many people behind the midfield usually doesn't work for, especially a Liverpool. But in this case, definitely. Carabao Cup final, beating Manchester City in extra time. Very nicely done. But Liverpool get to the FA Cup 5th round and lose to Aston Villa quite handily. But they get to the Europa League final, winning 2-1 over Napoli. Trophy number 3. So yeah, this surprisingly worked. I mean, to a degree. Not everyone got a green like we like to see, at least when they're overflowing. But goals, 27 for Salah, 25 for Jota, 24 for Nunez. Very nicely done. Assists, 26 for Trent. Alex McAllister with 16. Average rating, 7.41 for Salah. Switching it up to Aston Villa, out in the Carabao Cup semi-finals in the second leg, especially against Manchester City, losing out there. They beat Liverpool in the FA Cup 5th round, getting to the semi-finals, 2-3 loss in extra time against Chelsea. But another phenomenal run in Europe, getting to the Europa Conference League final, beating Olympiacos 3-1. So we do have a trophy, we have a runners-up. I'm going to say that's pretty good. And 2 semi-finals? Yeah. Squad-wise, I'm actually surprised not more green there, but we got 29 goals for Diaby, Zaniolo with 24, assists 14 for Zaniolo, 13 for McGinn and Matty Cash, and then average rating, Zaniolo with a 7.38. Data hub for the 2 teams. Liverpool starting out kind of looks on the average mark, a little bit better defensively than usual, but overall, I mean, it kind of looks the same as what we see time and time again. 2.61 goals per game, 0.76 conceded, 0.86 XG against. Aston Villa kind of looking the same. I mean, fouls against per game, you got crossing percentage, dribbles per game are all down, even passing percentage. But overall, I mean, defensively, a little bit higher than average. It still worked, though. 2.47 goals per game, 0.95 conceded is definitely lower. 1.12 XG against is definitely lower as well, by a smidge. Premier League stats, 2.32 points per game for Liverpool. Villa in second with 2.24. Most goals, first and second, 99 down to 94. Very well done. Fewest shots against, Liverpool in second with 272. Villa with 371. Most possession, Liverpool making the list with 53%. Most dribbles made, Liverpool again the only one in there, 659. And then most shots for, 700 flat for Liverpool. Villa with 577. But now, of course, we see 1 and 2 in the Premier League. We've got to see number 1 in the Championship, right? Surprisingly, not so much. 87 points in 4th place. They get thrown into the playoffs, and sadly, as per usual, about 85% of the time, they don't make it through. 87 points, 105 goals is very nice, but unfortunately, they're just not there. Yeah, they lose out in the semifinals in aggregate 4-1 against Leeds. Domestically, they don't look pretty much anything better than average. Carabao Cup 3rd round, they're out against West Ham. FA Cup 5th round, they're out against Arsenal. So overall, championship, I guess, but this didn't work very well for Ipswich, sadly enough. Granted, they're only 10 points off or thereabouts from the tops. I think, as I always say, if you take control of this, you could do a lot better job and maybe get those points back. But in this case, it didn't work as well as we'd hoped. Squad-wise, it shows. Definitely, sadly enough, I should say. 27 goals, though, for Connor Chaplin-Hurst with 13 assists. 21 for Wes Burns, 16 for Leif Davis. An average rating, Leif Davis with a 7.27. But now championship stats. 5th place, Ipswich Town in this list, at least 1.18 points per game. Not the greatest. 2nd place, though, in most goals with 106, and that is after playoffs. They got 1 measly goal in the playoffs. Fewest shots against in 7th with 426. Most dribbles made in 6th with 748. And most shots for in 1st with 717. But let's take a look at this 3-5-2. We start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, ball-playing defenders all along that back line, wing backs in the left and the right in attack. We've got a DM in support in the middle, 2 CMs in attack up on that midfield line, and then 2 advanced forwards in attack up front. Attacking mentality, in possession attacking with his narrow, passing directness is standard, tempo is higher, and low crosses. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So overall, how did it do for these 3 teams? I mean, funny enough, I would have expected the reverse of what we got here. Ipswich, I would have expected to do a little bit better. Granted, Ipswich is a very attacking team, it seems, and they do very well, usually in the tables these days, except the Premier League this season, but whatever. But in this case, having a back, 8 in behind the midfield, or at the midfield and below, didn't work all that well for a championship side team. Maybe it's for a lower team, maybe even it's for the lower league teams. But in this case for Ipswich, it definitely didn't work. Again, they're only a handful of points off of first place, so you could probably at least put them into first or second if you try at it. Play every match, get your own transfers, training, things like that. In this case, Ipswich didn't do all that well though. But Liverpool and Aston Villa, that's the weird one. They got first and second somehow. Not a handful of points higher than what they usually get, but it still worked. Maybe it was a down season in the Premier League. Maybe they just excelled. But in this case, it worked very well for them. So try it out. See what you can glean from it. See how you can fit your players into the positions. And if you can't fit them, get rid of them. Transfer season comes along and get a couple more players that do. And then see how that works. But in our case, it wasn't bad, I gotta admit. But that's it for me, Sevian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.